I never did coke. Yellow! Yay! Why does it always start with like, I never did coke. How did we get on a coke conversation?
Yes.
Okay, I have to finish this before we start now because I said coke and I don't want to ruin it. But okay, so I have like a sinus thing going on, and I never did coke, but I imagine this is why I didn't do coke because I'm a whiny little bitch when it comes to my nostrils. Okay, I have on the show a full house today, finally, because we always put on the show notes. We always put OP, which is Mistress OP and me, Boo, and we always put Raven, and we finally have Raven on. So let's start off with Boo. How are you doing today, Mistress Boo? Or actually, Madame.
Madame.
She hits hard.
I'm doing pretty good. Had a little run-in with the crazy neighbor last night, which was kind of hilarious. Other than that, I'm pretty good.
Running with dicks, huh?
I'm telling you, he was like just a broke little Lucky Charms looking thing. I swear to Jesus, he was a mess.
It's like meth or heroin or what?
I don't know. I think he was a meth head, but his level of drama was like insane. And then when I started getting belligerent, I kind of threw him off. when I just like totally dead-eyed him and started getting like really, really sarcastic, like he didn't even know what to say. And he was like, "I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm done with you." I'm like, I dare you to knock on my door tomorrow.
Did he hair flip with like no hair?
Yes, no, he did hair flip with his little bit of hair. He had like this little bob thing happening, and he actually
like
did hair flipped it. Had his hand on his hip and everything. It was hilarious.
Okay, so let's go for our third member finally here. How's it going, baby Raby? How's it going?
Sleepy, and being bullied by puppies.
Everyone's supposedly bullying you. No, she torments those dogs. Don't let her.
I did not.
Okay. Tells them to shut up. Torments them. Even even my poor dog, it feels bad for those little puppies because he hears her being mean to him.
Okay. Let me change the subject because I don't want YouTube to start pinging on us as some sort of dog abuses. Because they shut down the Reddit like creepy ass quarter of creepy ass Reddit, right?
They a lot of the horror narrators are really hurting right now with the new YouTube guidelines, and it's just kind of
the horror
weird.
People?
Yeah, the horror narrators like Creepypasta, Kylie Elise, she actually deals with bringing up like unsolved cases and stuff like that, and Jane Doe's, and actually is contributing something to society, and they've been hurting her and then pinging her lately with a lot of bullshit crap.
Oh, that's funny. The Canadian, the lady you introduced me to.
Yeah, I like Kylie Elise.
I just recently watched her videos.
You know, I've seen all those right-wing people still on and still talking crazy. Yet you guys
those shooting guns and everything else.
The guy I do, because I write things with swords in them generally, and I finally figured out how to write a romance, erotica, erotica romance novel with a sword in it that's contemporary, and I finally found a way to do it. And like the guy I always watch for like sword stuff, he got banned too.
He got
a 7-day suspension because he was teaching people how to make some sort of like potato rocket thingy or something. I don't know. It was some sort of pyrotechnic device.
It's kind of ludicrous.
Step-by-step guide either. He was just testing a myth and whether or not it worked or something.
And like the hot knife people, I'm sure they're getting pinged too.
Hot knife?
So yeah, you never saw the hot knives? They heat up a knife at a certain degree and try to melt things.
I watch that to mellow out sometime when I'm having a panic attack. Those super relaxing thing where you just watch somebody work and do something and be good at it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I watch that sometimes just to like mellow out. You know who's never gonna get pinged? Those creepy ass eaters. The other people who just eat stuff.
Yeah. Mukbangs. Mukbangs they're friggin' awesome. I honestly like David So occasionally does mukbangs, and I actually like watch his shit mainly for the recipe. I'm like, oh, you did that? Oh, let me try this. Like his kimchi fried rice. I was just like, oh no, homie, put some mussels up in that. Oh.
Mukbang's good. I don't
Let
know.
me try that.
I think it's because I watch a lot of recipe videos. I always get recommended the those particular types of videos too, and I can't figure out why I keep getting recommended it. And sometimes I click through and it's like, what's going on here? Because I like it when the person always eats it, because I don't trust it if the person doesn't eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, like I don't like the mukbang where they just get a whole lot of takeout and they just sit there and eat it. Like I like the mukbang where you actually see them in the process of cooking
Making
it.
it, yeah. I've been getting the ones where the little Asian, the little Korean lady who's like tiny sits there with like a huge bag of food, like 3 or 4 bags of food, and just eats it. And I'm trying to figure out, what is this for?
Yeah, that everybody has a thing. I keep trying to get Raven into doing some social eating so we can make some money.
You know what though? I heard like the videos with like the person eating a banana is now banned if you live in China.
Like, and the crazy part, like if you do like any like the private streaming sites or whatever, like you could actually make like a lot of money with subscribers. Just have and males and females just they watch you cook and then they watch you eat it.
I heard like they cook along too. If you do the full live show, and you give the recipe beforehand, they get all this stuff and they cook it with you, and then they sit down and eat it with you.
Yeah, there's this one. I believe he's actually Japanese. He actually like goes out into like a tent. Like he goes all the way out into like a tent, and there's like a cook stove in there and everything.
Oh,
and he does all
I
stuff
watched the
in there.
Russian version of that. The guy, and it's like rustic cooking out on a tent or something. It's not a tent, but it's on the woods, and it's like super clear water, and the guy's like Russian. I watched that one.
Like I think that one's pretty cool. Like I just, I love to cook. It really is my zen.
He makes no noise. He just makes the dish, and you hear the watery sounds and the whatnot. Does he do the same thing?
Yeah.
It's really, really relaxing, isn't it?
It is. And like, I mean, like we've had 3 a.m. conversations while I'm like making bread and shit.
I just find the whole thing just super freaking relaxing, and it's like, because sometimes I don't want to hear these chicken heads talk, and but I want the sound effect and also the visual. I don't know.
If I'm watching specifically for their cooking, then I definitely want like little tips here and there. Like with David, so he actually flattens his pork belly he actually puts a cast iron frying pan on top of it for like 2 hours to compress the meat, so that's all just one good yummy chunk.
That's what you're supposed to do, though.
Not always.
People don't do it right.
It really depends on the recipe. But it's like watching little things like that, and like the different types of kimchi that he uses for accents. Like with his kimchi fried rice, I'll actually use baked kimchi, which is white kimchi, and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. Like I like watching certain mukbangs. Raven, get on it.
So it's October, and
yes, it is.
October, we've been wanting to talk about this. What is your favorite Halloween event? Because when it's Christmas, you watch the Christmas. When it's Halloween, you watch the Halloween movies. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
When it's Halloween, I watch horror movies, and I have lots of them. But I am going to say the entire Ju-on series.
Yeah, no, I'm not coming to your house for Halloween. What about you, Raven?
American Werewolf in Paris, London, and Howling.
Yeah, she likes werewolves. I watch the demons and the ghosties. Yeah. But this year, Lily refuses to trick or treat because of the candy. Our neighbors like to give out that Mexican chili candy, chili and melon, chili and tamarind.
Send me the mango
chili and mango. Ugh.
Send me the mango chili.
She's very, very unhappy about that. So she made phone calls to have people send her candy. So we have tons of candy. In fact, I'm trying not to eat it as we're doing this. And this Halloween, I'm going to make chili. Believe it or not, I'm going to actually make a big-ass pot of chili. And we're going to eat chili, and we're going to eat candy, and we're going to watch every episode of Treehouse of Horror ever.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something weird. I never watched Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween, and my friend watches Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween.
I watch it on Christmas.
Exactly, because you're
I,
not a
I
Philistine.
watch it on both days.
Because I'm not a Philistine.
Exactly, you're not just fucking abomination. But
Now,
Thank
Corpse
you.
Bride. Now that one, Corpse Bride and
you watch,
Coraline
yeah.
are pretty good for Halloween.
There's a new one.
Coraline
It's not from
freaks me
Pixar,
out.
but it's the Night of the Dead. I've been wanting to watch. It's the one. It's the one about the Mexican Day of the Dead one with the kid. I've been wanting to watch that. I just haven't had found the
Oh, like
time.
Book of Life. Book of Life was really cute. I liked Book of Life.
Yeah. I always
Are you
watch
referring
Hocus
to
Pocus.
Coco or Book of Life?
Book of Life.
There's
Why
a
you gotta
new
bring
one with.
Don't
No, there is a
invoke
new
that
one.
mess.
No, seriously, there is a new Pixar movie about the Day of the Dead.
Oh, so
It's
that's
called
what it's called,
Coco.
Book of Life. I haven't gotten a chance to see it.
Book of Life was the one that came out 2 years ago that rekindled the whole rockabilly thing. And
Yeah, I've been
now there's
wanting
a
to see it
sequel.
though.
Well, then see it.
I am. I just have to like wait until my eye doesn't hurt. So I want to see the 3D, but I have to wear my glasses for the 3D and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, 3D the hoax.
Okay, so I watch Hocus Pocus. What do you watch, Raven?
What do I watch?
For
I watch
Halloween?
werewolf movies.
Werewolf movies. There's always werewolf movies. Like I said, werewolf American Werewolf in Paris, American Werewolf in London, and The Howling. And
American Werewolf in London is such a classic with Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
the transformation.
We know Miss OP don't watch that because she's scary and
Yeah,
doesn't
I
like
don't like to be
scary.
scared. Okay, so there's a current debate. There's a weird debate. There's a debate going on. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
Christmas movie.
Both.
See, I don't think that it's
Both.
both. I don't think that it's both. Because it's in Halloween Town, people are like, "Oh, it's Halloween." No, it is a Christmas
Night
movie.
Before Christmas. It's actually labeled Night Before.
He stands at he dresses as Sandy Claus.
Exactly. If it's a corpse bride,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a different conversation, which I agree with you. But there's an actual debate going on, and people are having flame wars over it.
I just watch it on both
Beetlejuice
days.
too. Beetlejuice. I watch Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is good. They've been promising a Beetlejuice either remake or sequel, and yeah, I say
Not
let's do
happening
it.
soon.
I don't think that he's gonna put his career in danger again.
Well, he doesn't need to though. His career is established. He could retire forever. He could never
But
act
I don't
again, and
think
he'd
he
be
wants
set.
to retire. I think he wants to keep working. He wants to keep making movies because he actually enjoys making movies. He enjoys the characters.
Yeah, but there's also someone else that can do it. I don't know if they can play Beetlejuice as well as he can.
No, I don't think so.
As of October 12th, Beetlejuice 2 pushes forward with new writer at Warner Brothers.
Do you think he could play Joker?
Well, see, he'd be the first Batman to actually play the Joker. Like later on, that'd be interesting.
No.
Because he was Batman. People forget that one.
Yeah. Without nipples, too. But no, I think he'd make actually a really good... Because you need a really good character actor to play Joker properly. Did you like Jared as Joker?
No.
Raven, did you like Jared as Joker?
To me, he was like Macaulay Culkin on meth.
No, I do not like
he didn't know who he
Joker.
wanted to be. He understood the picture, but he didn't know who he wanted to be.
It was just, like Heath Ledger did an amazing job with playing the Joker. With all the Jokers have been really great. They really have.
Amazing Joker. The dude from Star Wars, when he plays Joker in the animated series, amazing Joker.
That it's like, Leto, don't feel that he got the Joker right. I think he overdid it.
You know what the thing about it is when I saw him in Joker, and I started doing a video essay thing, because our video essays seem to do really well. They get like between 1K view, which is for ours is we're a teeny tiny channel, okay? They do really well. They get about 1K view, a little under 1K view. But whenever I do a video essay thingy, but the thing about the Suicide Squad, and it made me almost want to write one up, is because there's a certain level of helpless madness about Joker. It's not fully thought out. And I felt like Jared Leto was trying to give shape to the madness, and that isn't his type of madness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not one of those. Joker is not a character whose point is that he was somehow a hero who got turned around, or he had a reason for what he. Joker doesn't have full reason. He's an architect of madness. The fact that the helplessness of Batman's battle against Gotham's crime. Because in order to help,
and he also has no real origin story.
Yeah.
So any origin story that you have heard before, and there's been many, have all been chalked up to just being bullshit. He has no real origin story. So there is no real reason why the Joker is fucked up. He's just up.
Joker's almost an artifact of you remember the Three Sisters of Fate?
Yeah.
He's part of that sort of mythological dude who just does bad shit thing. You know, mythology in all our mythology. He's our modern mythology's outplay of that, you know, the whim of fate.
You know, you'll find out he's like the son of Loki or some shit.
Yes, exactly. He's not meant to be somebody who's thinking like Marvel. What Marvel does best is they make the demon inside the greatest enemy. So every hero is a villain. Every villain is a hero in most of Marvel. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Whereas where DC succeeds is, I think there's actually better villains in DC because there are no heroes in Marvel and there are no villains in Marvel. So they have no great hero and they have no great villain because they are both at the same time. Whereas what DC does is they give you a really great villain and very poor heroes. Because Batman is technically a villain.
Yeah, well, he goes back and forth, and it really comes down to Superman's eating candy.
I leave Superman out because I think he's one of the worst characters in all of fiction.
Well, Batman technically isn't a villain until Superman says you're a villain and I need to put you down.
No. Throughout, although Batman does not, for most of it until like he gets older and like into like the 80s, what was it, late 80s, early 90s when I think he starts shooting people in with the guns and stuff.
I can't remember. I have to look it up again. Period of time. But technically Superman has killed more people than Batman has.
Yes. But what Batman's ethos is he wants to bring fear to the villains in the land and rule through fear, blah, 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 and hopefully suppress things so he's not needed anymore. It's really stupid because he's a very rich man. If he would just set up a couple of fucking programs in it and go through the proper steps, he could probably turn the town around.
Well, the problem is there's too much corruption.
Here's the thing. If the Koch brothers have taught us anything, you can, if you're a rich person, you can change the world. So I think he could probably change his town if he was I always thought that the biggest thing about Bruce Wayne and Batman was that Batman was an artifice of the idea that you can beat your way out of crime, whereas Bruce is the artifice of you can plan your way out of crime. Like if Bruce Wayne had gone the path of his parents, Gotham would have probably been saved.
Bruce Wayne probably would have been dead.
True. But he could have saved it too. He had enough
I
money.
don't think so. I think the corruption just ran too deep. There was too much. And I think that Bruce Wayne had to take it to his root because no one else was. No matter how much money you put into a city, it doesn't mean that they're gonna fix it. Here's an example. You live in California.
Well, actually, we've had market reductions in crime when you did the most obvious thing. They just started hiring all the poor people. Once you started hiring all the poor kids, it reduced our crime level. They weren't able to do it during the economic crisis, but it was the way that they got a breather from the.
And now you just have to stop them from having sex with underage prostitutes.
What was that?
Now you just have to stop them from having sex with underage prostitutes.
Oh, you mean the cops?
Mm-hmm.
Oakland wasn't part of this, by the way, because it's Oakland. That's no. I was gonna. You know what I was about to say? Let's not have this topic. But that's the reason why Stockton and Oakland weren't helped, because you know about that, and Reno. You know what I'm saying.
This is terrible.
You guys are terrible.
We know
this joke, but nobody else knows the joke, and it's like
this is a constant funny conversation that we often have, and it's just
we know what cities will get help. Let's just put it like this: we know all the cities that will get help. We know Houston's gonna get help.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem. Sorry, I have to go there. Yeah, my mom is yelling at me. It is going to be 1 a.m., ladies. My mom is flaring things at me.
All right, you go to sleep. Wave at your mom. Say what's up, Mom.
Sleep well.
Okay, night, ladies. Have fun.
Thank you for joining us. We enjoyed having you on.
Yeah, okay. I would like the video more anyway.
I will. We could do this at 7, but I don't think she'd like us to wake her up.
No.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Oh, we forgot to talk about October Day.
I like it. Okay. I like.
Tell your mom 5 minutes. We're talking about October Day.
5 more minutes. I like the first book. It's a bit slow, and I already put the moment when they introduced the guy who runs home. I'm like, my money is on that guy.
Because he was slimy. He was not sexy. The author wrote it like he was some sort of sexy. It reminded me of the Ricky Bell thing. Wrote it like he was some sort of goddamn sex symbol.
He's just slimy. And takes advantage of young girls.
Ooze, like I could see his crotch ooze. You know what I'm saying? I just
But I enjoy the series. I will just pick it up the next time I get the Audible credit.
Audible.
Do you like the? Did you like the first? You like the first 5 books, or did you like just the first book? You only read the first.
I only grabbed the first book, so I like it. I will continue the series.
Okay, continue the series, and then by the time you catch up, we'll be caught up, and we'll do a recap on this, and come back to you, and we'll wake her ass up at 7, so you can actually join us. All right.
Oh, okay. Night.
Good night, Mama.
I got up at 6
Mama
today,
Raven.
actually.
What was that?
I got up at 6 today.
All right. We'll get your ass up. We'll do this shit.
Night.
We'll do this at Raven's time.
Night.
All right. Now, we're gonna have to do one of these days. We're gonna have to do a Gotham City talk because, I don't know. Gotham is one of my favorite cities out of all of fucking fandom. Gotham is one of my favorite because it's so contradictory.
It depends on which Gotham. I like the show Gotham's Gotham.
Oh, the show Gotham is better than
comic book Gotham.
I like comic book Gotham, and I like show Gotham.
I like show Gotham more. But we are gonna have to have a comic book talk at some point.
We are. Maybe we should do an indie comic too.
I think we should do Lucifer.
We should do Lucifer. Wait. You know, I haven't seen the next season yet. I haven't seen the next series.
New
You know what?
season just started.
Talk about Lucifer. See, we're
Yeah, did
making
you?
our schedule, but the problem is that because we're the booktube who reads the whole series, we get so bogged down. I started Dante too.
Oh.
I'm not sure I like it. But I started a bit of it. I started to nibble at the sides of it. Like I'm 40% done according to Audible.
I am waiting for an Audible version of Chronicles of Nick 8.
Yes,
I saw a CD for it. I saw there's a CD for it on Amazon, but I don't like the CDs. I don't like carrying around media. If I can't download it, I don't want it.
If it has a CD, then somebody's gonna pick it up at the library. But you know, sometimes libraries don't buy down the series too.
Yeah, so because like what she did was, they actually were trying to push back the release of Chronicles of Nick 8 to the end of 2018, and she didn't want her readers to have to wait 2.5 years for the last book in this part of the series. So she ended up buying it back and self-publishing it and releasing it when she wanted it released, which was recent. But
Did the
there's still no audio
self-published
version of it
version
yet.
do better?
I don't know. I didn't look at any stats or anything.
Because
And I haven't been able to, as I said before, I haven't been able to grab it. I could grab the Kindle version, but that's going to take me longer to get to it because that means I have to actually be able to sit still and like read.
Because like I was looking at like what's that series called? The one with the Ilona Andrews pair.
Which
Clean
series?
Sleep. Clean Sleep.
Oh,
Clean Sleep. I think it did clean sleep. See my nose? Clean sweep.
well, yeah, but Clean Sweep
Clean
already
Sleep.
established a following because it was a free ebook for a
Yeah, that's what
very
I'm saying.
long
It's not. Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say it's not a good example because they gave it away a week at a time as they finished all the chapters and shit. So that's not a
Yeah,
very good example. But the audiobook, though, I really like because you know I like that reader.
yeah.
I feel like you know I like that reader. I can't think of a really good example. Sometimes I think that urban fantasy is probably going to be one of the hardest ones for the whole indie publishing scene.
Yeah.
I see sci-fi doing well in the indie publishing, but I don't see urban fantasy doing all that well.
I am really not like a huge sci-fi fan, which is kind of weird, I know, because I'm all about like the fairies and dragons and swords and less about the spaceships and aliens. But
Paranormal romance though does well. Well
but
enough.
it's kind of weird. I'm seeing a lot of trends that I don't understand.
The mermaid one?
Well, not even it's just the mermaid, but have you seen some of the combinations in the man for man urban romance books, paranormal romance books?
I haven't seen any man for man ones.
Oh, there's tons and tons, and it's like
In my
werewolf
Wattpad
and
writing
fallen angel, werebear and demon, were owl and
people are just stealing normal
were
romance stories and then writing in the wings a bit, and they're almost word for word copying scenes and stuff.
it's very, very, I'm not sure. Like I may offend people, but some of these combinations are kind of messed up. Werebear and gargoyle, that was another one. Yeah. And no, when what throws me off the most about it is like they are under LGBT plus, but they're all written by women.
I don't mind weird combination pairing angel, demon, werebear, and cat. I don't mind that. It's just when I don't mind it even being written by a woman because you know they're one of the best selling authors that writes male female is what's his name? Is Jordan whatever his name is.
You mean Nicholas Sparks, not
Thank you.
Jordan Sparks, Nicholas Sparks.
Sorry.
I knew where you were going with that.
Song anymore either. Air, no air.
But and I get that, I do. But I mean, I don't know. It's like I think they're over fetishizing.
It's a twofer. It's a
They're they're
twofer.
over they're over fetishizing gay men.
I think so too, but I think it's also a twofer issue. It's a twofer, which is the same thing. It's two hot dudes. I mean, twofer.
It wouldn't make sense to me, a little bit more sense to me if it was like Minaj,
I would prefer
but
it
it's not.
Minaj. I would prefer it Minaj, but I can see why not. I've read a couple sci-fi Minaj books and been happy with it. Surprisingly happy.
And like the difference between Nicholas Sparks and these women is that there's a man involved, and Nicholas Sparks is a man. These are, whereas these are women that are writing about two men that are romantically engaged. Like, how do you research that exactly? Do you just like hang out at the gay bar? Do you try to get your gay friend and his boyfriend really, really drunk so you can watch? Like, how does that work for you?
Well, authors do step into people's lives, even though that they're not writing from the place they know. I would not put it against authors. Many authors have done it. I mean, you get authors who are writing people about black people, and they ain't black.
Though there are some authors that actually do it extremely well, and you can tell, like Faith Hunter. Faith Hunter loves her black men. Yes, she does.
I honestly, I think she should have. I think that if she like when she writes them in books, it's almost like there's a person and she's licking them while she's writing.
Yeah.
It's like I've never seen
black men.
It is almost. It's not crude fetish. It's not crude fetishism because it isn't about. It's not. It's not. It's not like that. But you could see she sees. She sees. She might not have never touched, but she sees. She should have touched. We like him.
I do think that she touches, and I think she touches often.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe her husband's black. Who knows? But I mean, Ricky Bo was terrible.
Ricky Bo was terrible.
Lordly, whatever he got going on, Frenchy bullshit.
You know what's weird? And I think it's more because of the reader. Ilona Andrews. Like, even though I read all the books and I know how Derek is described, I think it's because of the voice actress. She always keeps putting this thing in my head where this switch changes Derek into a young black man.
I think Derek should have been a young black man, honestly.
Maybe.
She should have wrote it a young black man. I think she would, because he would have been a beautiful black man.
Yes, he would have been. But yeah, he gives you that vibe though. And I don't know
what would happen if he was black. His skin would be ruined, and he would be pockmarked white.
True.
And it would have been interesting and eye drawing and damn you, Andrews. Because we can't have an episode not having Andrews, and because he should have been black. Oh Lord, I gotta send that chick some emails, like some Twitter thingies again. But she turned off Twitter.
Did you finish reading Grave Ransom?
No, I haven't read Grave. I did Dante because we had Dante sitting there. I said I'd read it, so I started reading Dante. But I wanted to. Oh, and I'm getting ready for. I'm doing Grave Ransom, but I'm gonna reread it because of what you said about being lost last show. You remember?
Yeah.
You said you were lost when you went to go read it. I remembered a lot of it, but I realized that I don't remember a lot of it.
Honestly, like I really think I need to go back, reread them, and then reread Grave Ransom because there are some things I'm just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Did Raven read Grave Ransom before?
I don't think she's read any of the Alex Craft books.
She should read Alex Craft because there's a Reaper, and I know she likes Reapers.
Oh wait,
No,
wait, no, she did. She read. I think she read the first couple books because of her obsession with death.
Reapers and stuff like. Well, then I'll wait for Raven to be ready to read it. Then I'll read it, and then we'll talk about it.
I have plenty. I have. I'm currently reading Dragon Mark by Charlene Kenyon, and then after that, I am going to be reading Dragon. Whatever. It's the last two books of the Dark Hunter series, and one of her in a new series, Dead Man's Chest. I am terrible. I have all these on my phone because that's how I function. So give me 1 second so I can actually give
But
titles so I don't get hated on. Okay, I know Dragon's Mark is actually the correct book that I am currently on.
mhm. It is.
Sorry, I choked on water.
Yeah, don't worry. I did that a couple times.
All right, Dragon Bark, which is book 27 of the Dark Hunter series,
Mhm.
and then Dragon Sworn, which is book 28, and
So
then
boil some tea. We're almost done anyway, so.
and then Dead Man Walking, which is
Ooh.
one of her new series.
Okay.
It's pirates.
See, I have to read I have to read Nolingi Singh's book too because there's a new Dark Angel.
Did she work through her daddy issues yet?
No, yes and no. It took her like 4 books to work through her daddy issues. Well, it's not. It's not a daddy issue. She doesn't. She hasn't a daddy issue. She has like an intruder issue. It took her about 4 books to make it there. Okay, but the Dragonbound Elder Races thing I told you about from Thea Harris.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna like it or not though.
Well,
but think about it if you are bored and have time, and it's an audiobook.
All right, as soon as I get through my to-do list of reading here, I'll check that out.
I wish it was easier for authors to get like audiobooks done. I mean, I think that Audible helped a lot, but I think there's a lot of books that I wish that there was an audiobook version of, and they're older books too.
Well, I noticed that with Audible, and it depends on the genre too, that they have like gone back and have books redone. Like they redid the Dragonlance Chronicles,
but they will not redo 50 Shades.
I don't know if they redid it or not.
They didn't. I looked a couple like 2, 3, 4 months ago to see if they actually redid it.
I never listened to that again, like ever. I felt so dirty.
That 50 Shades shit. God, doesn't that make you angry?
Let me show you my playroom. I think Gaddy's gonna show me his Xbox.
Oh my god, her voice was like this through the whole book. It was.
I was like listening to a child, and it really, really just made me feel dirty and unclean.
Did you train wreck read it? Like you couldn't look away?
Yeah, like it was really bad. Like, I get she's supposed to be young, but like not that young. And the worst part is like the voice actress is like one of like the most like popular voice actresses when it comes to like YA at that. So it's just like
ruin her career?
I don't know. I think she's still working, but it bugs the hell out of me and it makes me feel dirty. Like
she was a bad hire though.
Like, you can be like 19, 20 years old and sound like a grown ass woman and not like you're 14.
Well, the content itself had a very youngish feel to it.
But
oh my god!
Still,
is this your
like,
or whatever,
she's like, yeah, but like, she's supposed to be a writer. She's supposed to be, doing all these things, making these mature moves and shakes and everything. And I think, if, with it written that way, going by the paper, she still should have a slightly mature voice.
Not necessarily sultry, but definitely mature.
Not sultry, but mature.
Mature. It's almost like when Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She's like a Wonder Woman type naive character, but not without virgin princess thing. She wants to get down. So
You know
you're
who
not
would have been
dealing
a
with the.
surprisingly good voice actress for it, even though it would never happen? Anne Hathaway's voice would have fit.
Oh. I have such problems with Anne, but you're right. I have
Like
such mixed feelings about her.
they're
I
like
love the way
her
how she
voice
always
is
tries
distinctive.
hard. I love how she always tries hard, but she has like this. She does. I think she has something in her voice was nasally at one time, or something like it was like her
I think
mother or
she had a
somebody in her
deviated
family.
septum. I think she had a
What was
deviated
that?
septum and it got
Is
fixed.
that what's going on?
That's
Yeah.
what I
And
think.
I can't handle that in audiobooks, even though I have a somewhat nasally voice myself, especially today. I can't handle it in audiobooks because it makes the hum thing, when it's compressed, it makes it hum.
There's this one voice actress that does a lot of the Katie McAllister books, and she drives me nuts because I think her mouth is too moist. Like I could actually hear like between each line, and I hate it. I hate it.
Her mouth is too moist. That reminds me, do you remember that October Day chick? And she wouldn't open her mouth?
Actually, with her, I think it's a teeth thing. I don't know if it's because it's the way her teeth are set, or maybe she's wearing partials. But I think it really seems like a teeth thing because when you listen to older people who have dentures, their voice they do the same thing when
Her
talking.
voice sounds different. Her voice sounds different because you know what she stopped doing? She stopped styling narrative portions of it. She was styling, how when they style their voice towards a character, she was doing the whole thing in style. Done is she should have made October's voice normal and the narrator's voice normal. Because I think October Day is in a funky first person, right?
Yeah. It goes like back
So
and
those two
forth.
should have been the normal voice because her normal voice is a perfectly fine voice for October Day, which is like kind of like, white girl mommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
It's not, we're
Like
not
you
talking
ever
about amazing. We're not breaking down doors with sultriness, which is normal voice. Okay.
like
But
really think about like what your dream voice actor would be for a certain book? Like even if it doesn't have like an audiobook
I
out
don't
or
remember
anything.
half the voice actor's name. The only one I care about is the one that does I like the chick who does Skinwalker series. I actually liked her. She grew on me over time because I didn't realize how amazing her reading was until I actually read the when I had to actually read the book. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
she's
it's
like
just like
making gold here.
it's like the Hollows, like that
Oh yeah, yeah.
Margaret Gavin, she actually made
The
the
series
Rachel.
work, yes.
Yeah, she gave Rachel Morgan more form.
Actually, in places like if you read her copy and the book copy, she like added more character to the character.
She gave her Moxie.
Yeah, that just Moxie. It's like the daddy feelings, like the daddy interpretation of Jenks. I honestly think like she had his emotional development better in more places than the author did. Author
Yeah.
wrote Jenks, didn't actually stick with Jenks' character, what he was doing, but she actually understood who he was, and there was like places where there was hyper emotional scenes, like with Ivy and stuff like that. Ivy as a character, the way she's written in the book, is not as compelling as when it was read. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we all know, Ivy is honestly just a serial killer waiting to happen. Like, let's really be honest. Like, she's gonna snap and kill
Ivy, I agree
everybody
with
she
that.
loves.
I agree with that assessment. She's a serial killer who would moan while she's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like, it's not even a joke either. I'm not joking.
Though. Like how you would always mention, a menage between Ivy and Rachel and Kirsten. The thing is, though, that would be great in the ideal world, but Ivy has problems.
Ivy
Ivy
should
honestly,
Ivy should be medicated. Ivy should be medicated in therapy and never drink blood again unless it's from like a bottle.
Because for real, she would snap and she would kill Rachel and Kirsten, and it'd be done.
Yeah, but she wouldn't kill them because she was, well, unless he took her blood. He wouldn't kill him unless he was like.
She would feel slighted or unloved or something,
That
and she
she's
would lose
emotionally
control.
unstable. She's highly emotionally unstable.
She's already almost killed them both already at one time or another.
At the same time, I would have rather that than the way it ended with her with like that rando fucking chick.
Oh my god.
Oh, and what's her name?
They should at least brought back Skinner.
What, Skinner? Yes, Skinner!
They should at least brought back Skinner. Skinner made sense. I don't understand. I don't understand the Meena thing.
Is her name Skinner or something?
Is it Skinner or Spinner? It was something like that.
It was something that's it's something like country clubby. One of those fucking dumb country club names. And actually, that's what kind of character she was. That country club person who you go and you hang out with and who might sometimes kill you.
But that made sense because they already had like a long history. This thing with Meena was just like out of the blue.
And it's the worst kind of out of the blue because Meena was a terrible person.
And Ivy was like, I'm going to try to help her. She can't handle being a scion. Bitch, you couldn't handle being a scion.
Which is fine. I'm fine with you not being able to handle being a scion. But worse yet, she couldn't handle being a scion, and she was constantly putting everybody in danger. And a regular is unfucking believable. Unfucking believable.
Let's be honest, at the end of the day, I think she was the reason that Kirsten died. Because all of it, her being Piscari's scion, all of that led to his death. Everything that led to trying to save her from him led to Kirsten's death.
I would say the whole Rachel relationship, all of it, yes. I would say so. I would agree with that assessment.
Ivy's a hot mess.
I would agree with that assessment. I would agree that you know, I completely agree with that. At the same time, it was in the end, it was the guy, what's his name? Piscary something.
It wasn't Piscary because Piscary was already dead.
It was Piscary.
It was
Piscary. Piscary wasn't dead yet. He was in jail, and then he got out of jail. And after Kirsten died, after who went to kill,
the guy who killed Kirsten wasn't even a full vampire. He was or like he was just brought over. He was he was like Rachel's boss, wasn't he? No, Piscary.
Piscary didn't kill him, but Piscary sold his last bud to that guy. Yeah, the way he died was dumb too. Like the boss wanted him. It was real fucking dumb.
A lot of it was really weird and backwards and shit, and I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but Piscary put Ivy in her life because he was watching her. In case she ended up helping the elves, which I mean. That was dumb too because it was dumb.
And that was still a roundabout way because it's like, how the fuck does he know this and no one else knows this?
It's just like it was really dumb. It was really dumb, and there was so much good, and then there was so much dumb. It was like she wanted to kill these characters, but she had to do it in the most roundabout, dumbass. It would have been better if Piscary had killed him. It would have been beautiful.
Honestly, and I really wish that they let Rachel kill Piscary. I felt like they kind of took that away from her.
Skipper.
It's like Skinner, Skipper, or Spinner.
Spinner. Kinner.
There's an S and an R at the end.
It's something. You're right. It's something. It's something. It's just like
I really want to say
country club name. Do you hate country club names?
For the most part. So we have a country club membership.
La la. They're giving you.
Well, it came with the marriage, so that was the parting gift. Is that Ilona are country club members?
Yeah.
Does that even surprise you? Like, really?
No, it doesn't.
Now, ask us if we've ever set foot in it.
Oh, you should.
Nah, I have not at all. And I have a feeling that if I actually read close enough, it was probably one of those country clubs that didn't like even start allowing Black people to come in until like the 90s. So
That's why you should go there and do a Wiccan ceremony.
no, that's okay. But
And
Lily
and
actually wants to talk her grandfather into teaching her golf.
oh,
He finds it intriguing, mainly because she doesn't have to run after a ball.
interesting.
She just has to walk after it, and they still have her dad's old golf clubs, the custom clubs that they made for him. That after he quit golf team that he never used again. That are like the perfect height for her. So
Yeah, she should do it. She's gonna visit for Christmas, right? Is it Christmas or what holiday is she?
She decided that because we're actually gonna celebrate Christmas this year.
Oh.
Because she wants a tree, and she's never done the tree experience with me because I'm not Christian. It's not my holiday.
Technically, the tree is though.
True, but I haven't bothered with the tree since it was stolen.
Yeah.
But oh, and what makes it worse is like, have you read like the Wikipedia about like the Christmas tree?
No.
It's a phallic symbol to symbolize the virility of Nimrod. Shit you not. That is what is in the Wikipedia.
Is it correct?
No.
Oh.
But you can add anything you want to Wikipedia. Whether or not it's facts is a completely different thing.
That's true. Oh, just to wrap it up, have you been watching any anime?
Food Wars.
Just live action?
New season of Food Wars.
What was that?
New season of Food Wars. Sorry, I'm still eating candy.
I started watching that.
I have a purple pumpkin full of Tootsie Rolls. As many amigos, pass me one, yo. Here. So, I'm sorry. Candy happens.
No, do you think? I started rewatching Food Wars because I noticed that, and I saw the new episodes, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to rewatch this whole entire thing. I'm up about 2 pounds. Seriously though, I am up about 2 pounds. I'm only like 5 episodes in. I'm weighing 2 pounds.
I'm gonna start making my chili tonight so that it's perfect on Halloween, because I don't know if it's just me and others, probably have the same thing. For me, it feels like chili tastes better when it's like 2 days later.
Gumbo tastes better too when it's 2 days later.
I thought about making gumbo. It's a lot of the fish and stuff that I need for gumbo is out of season right now, and so it'd be really, really expensive.
Don't do a fish gumbo, do a duck gumbo. Or do a chicken gumbo.
Well, somebody isn't rocking
no fucking ducks, but I know you know somebody else who has ducks.
Yeah, but you're my favorite duck person. You're also closer to me, so that duck meat could actually be same day shipped to me. And
the only duck I have, I'm not allowed to kill and make food.
Well, then I guess you better get more.
I want a second duck, but I
think you need like 3 more ducks.
Maybe I can get duck number 3, and that one
Maybe I'll look into duck eggs.
Duck eggs are delicious.
I was thinking about a duck egg for you to hatch.
Oh. I'm like eating all the babies, eating them all. No duck eggs, no infesting the house of duck, because then I have to stay home and I won't get to like just walk to the house, walk to the apartment house and just chill. I'll have to actually be in Sacramento because
you can't bring them with you.
So there's not tons of room. There's enough for like 2 ducks.
And you need more ducks.
Then I like, and then on the roof I kind of move the duck around. I move them up around so there's not poop everywhere on the roof garden, and that's about it.
You need more ducks so that I can make duck gumbo. Or jambalaya. It's been a while for that, but yeah, same problem with the fish.
Yeah, just do like a chicken gumbo instead.
Maybe I'll save that one for around Thanksgiving. Do you know what this child told me she wants to do for Thanksgiving? Because I like to pre-plan my menus like a month in advance.
Oh,
I was like, all right, well, what do we want to do? Do we want to get a ham? Do we want to do Cornish game hens? Whatever, because neither of us like turkey. Well, we don't like it, roasted turkey. And she was like, I think we need to just bake a whole lot of cookies, and that's Thanksgiving dinner cookies. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. And she was like, but why not? It's Thanksgiving. And I'm like, because there's actually has to be like meat and vegetables involved, some kind of protein. She's like, we can. There's protein in cookies. We could do peanut butter cookies. And I'm like, that's really no. And you're too old to even have this thought process. We're not just having cookies for Thanksgiving. In fact, I'm probably gonna do soul food. Fried chicken, baked macaroni, cheese, collard greens.
mm,
With some potato salad.
mm.
That's what I'm thinking about. Definitely peach cobbler, which means I'm gonna have to go to my Asian grocery because that's the only place I can get fresh peaches all year round. Because Smiths and Vons and all that do not carry fresh peaches this time of year.
Are they actually in season?
No.
Okay. Okay. I wonder what country those peaches are from. All right.
Well, if it's an Asian grocery, it ain't from here.
All right, let's get out of here. I want to thank you for joining us. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
How's it? How's your hooin'?
Happy Samhain.
Howsin'? We don't know. We have a show where we don't proposition the audience to pay us with, pay us.
No, we totally take donations because she needs more ducks. So
yeah, let's not trick me
that I can have not like some roasted ducks. So there's no, it's only tricking if I'm going behind your back. I'm doing this directly. So she needs more ducks. So donate. Yeah.
Well, I'll read chat really quick because Raven left a message. What a.m. ladies, my mom is yelling. Okay. I guess that's from earlier. All right. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Oh, and don't forget to leave us a message or send us a message on Goodreads. We're everywhere. Click the link or leave us a drunk dial. We still have the drunk dial number. I half expect to get a drunk dial, but I still haven't. So whatever. Later.
Another donation for ducks.